Hailie Deegan has been a shining star, but Deegan's recent journey, where she confronts her own doubts head-on and seeks guidance from an unexpected source, makes us think about everything. So were Tony Stewart's remarks true, as Deegan herself admitted? Join us for the unexpected twists and turns, on and off the track, that makes for an intriguing plot you won't want to miss. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. In the realm of motorsports, few identities seize the limelight as potently as that of Hailie Deegan. At a mere 22 years of age, Deegan has stood at the center of conversations whenever she has graced the racecourse, underscoring her presence as one of the rare women participants in the heart-pounding arena of racing. Upon entering the 2023 NASCAR Truck Series season, Hailie Deegan and her dedicated group of supporters nurtured loftier anticipations compared to her accomplishments during her initial 2 years. This shift to Thor Sport Racing, a squad renowned for securing victories and championships, naturally gave rise to such expectations. Nonetheless, this year has unfolded quite differently from projections. Across the initial 17 races, the 22-year-old has clinched a solitary top 10 finish. Unsurprisingly, the driver's assurance has been dealt a blow. How has this been unveiled? She candidly conceded this reality in a recent discussion with Kenny Wallace, revealing that this has even prompted uncertainties about her future in racing. The year 2023 has posed challenges for Hailie Deegan. The Truck Series journey kicked off with a pair of did not finish or DNF instances at Daytona and Las Vegas. However, she found her stride in the following trio of races, clinching placements of 16th or better. Notably, her performance at Texas marked a highlight, securing her best result of the season at 6th place. Throughout the ensuing 5 races, she maintained a level of consistency, consistently achieving top 20 outcomes. Regrettably, this consistency later waned, leading to a decline in results. The midpoint of the season ushered in a troublesome period for her, encompassing 4 consecutive races with finishes of 26th or lower. Among these, a 33rd place finish at Gateway added to the challenges. After a 26th place showing at Mid-Ohio, Deegan managed to somewhat halt the downward trend with 2 top 15 placements at Pocono and Richmond. However, her most recent race at Indianapolis Raceway Park concluded with a 31st place finish this past weekend. Following her 2nd place finish at Eldora in SRX, which equaled her best result of the series, Hailie Deegan openly discussed her recent struggles in a post-race interview. This week, the 2-time most popular driver in the Truck Series engaged in a profound conversation with Kenny Wallace on his YouTube channel titled The Kenny Conversation. During this discussion, she delved deeper into her challenges and confessed to grappling with doubts about her racing future. Deegan admitted, "So it's funny actually, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I always felt like I was going downward, and I'll be honest about it. I felt I was going in a downward spiral. Obviously, when you aren't doing good at racing, or at least having those results, it doesn't matter if you're running 10th and you get wrecked. People look at that number. They go on Racing Reference, and they look up, oh, she finished 36th. Well, yes, because I was running 8th, then I got junked. But yeah, and so many people look a lot at that end number, and don't see how it went throughout the race. And I think with that, though, it becomes okay, what if sponsors are getting unhappy? What if whoever? The team's not believing me. Whatever it is, I feel like those are things my team believes in me, and I'm super thankful for that. I have a really good crew of guys behind me. But obviously, it makes it tougher to get new sponsors if I do want to move up to Xfinity, which I do. It makes it hard to find sponsors when those results aren't there, plain and simple, because people look at the end result number, and they don't see if you're getting better or not, whatever it is. But with that, I just felt like I was spiraling, and my confidence was completely gone. Start questioning myself, man, can I really do this? Do I have it in me to go to that next level? Do I have that? Do I have the ability to? In her effort to counteract the negative emotions and uncertainties that clouded her mindset, Deegan has taken proactive steps. She reached out to a former driving mental coach with whom she had previously collaborated during her off-road racing endeavors. This seasoned mentor has already begun aiding her in rebuilding her self-assurance and recapturing some of the confidence that had slipped away. Notably, he was present during the previous week's SRX race, where Deegan secured a runner-up position against Tony Stewart. On the Kenny Wallace show, Deegan was questioned if she thought the other racers intentionally damaged her on the track. Deegan responded calmly, "I would say it's a double-edged sword, because I don't think people go out there and just I'm gonna go after Hailie. I don't think it's like that, but I think it's maybe I've been, over the last 2.5 years, a little bit less aggressive because I kind of wanted to take a step back. I knew the Truck Series is going to be hard. I knew going into it, and I still had a lot to learn. Many saw her as an easy target on the track because she first toned down her aggression on the track due to the steep learning curve. I kind of took a step back, and I think with that I became a little bit less aggressive, and so I think I got into the category of people. Like there's certain people on the track you kind of know you can take advantage of, and think I didn't mean to, but almost accidentally put myself into that category. This last year I tried to be more aggressive, tried to get back what I had before, and because I was looked at as a person that's not aggressive, or they're easy to take advantage of, and because I was looked at like that when I do start being aggressive, I just get junked. The 22-year-old does walk her talk on the track as seen by her performance in the SRX race at Eldora Speedway. Deegan confessed that the only way to beat eventual winner Tony Stewart was to shove him into the barrier, but she chose not to do so. She said after the race, "So I don't really like racing like that, especially with someone like Tony. Probably not someone I would ever race like that. So I knew we'd be competing for second tonight, which I'm fine with." Deegan is clearly a champion for clean racing. The only concern is whether this will hold true when the stakes are bigger. Deegan has an upcoming race left on the SRX schedule, alongside 6 more races in the trucks. Observing how she fares in these remaining events and whether her newfound confidence continues to flourish will be intriguing. Should her confidence experience a positive trajectory, this could potentially bode well for her performance in the upcoming year of 2024. Conversely, if her confidence doesn't solidify, the pursuit of sponsors may become more challenging, casting a shadow of uncertainty over her future endeavors. But the conversation between Wallace and Deegan doesn't stop there. Deegan explained the fundamental distinctions in racing between the East and West course series, too. Motorsports around the world may have certain things in common, but they also have some things in common that are very different. Coming into a completely different atmosphere would be one of the most shocking experiences for someone. In the example of Hailie Deegan, who moved from California to North Carolina for the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program, she saw a significant difference between the two states. Deegan said to Wallace, "People don't realize how different the East Coast and the West Coast racing worlds are. They're two different worlds, totally separate worlds." Subsequently, Wallace asked, "What do you think is different?" Deegan responded, "It's different, it's the people, it's how people get along is very different. Like I was so used to liking everyone's buddies. Like we all might take each other out. But like we're all kind of cool after the race. And like we'll probably all go hang out and it's like your kind of group of people. But I really like that in stock car racing. And everyone knows everybody and everybody's friendly. And I feel like a NASCAR race, everyone's so uptight. It's like constantly having to watch your back so someone doesn't stab it." Later, Deegan noted, "I didn't even know what the K&N series was. I didn't know the difference between a late model and a super late model. This was all foreign to me. I'm 15 years old, and I was stuck in my world on the west coast of off-road racing." She then continued to explain how she ended up doing a late model test on the East Coast. Later on, she was spotted by a person connected with Toyota, who then arranged for a test for her later on in a K&N series car. She mentioned, "I still remember to this day. It was Todd Gilliland's K&N car when he drove for BMR." Deegan went on to say that following the K&N test, she was able to acquire a 3-year deal with Toyota in that series, and it all started for her in the stock car racing classes. Deegan's story is a mix of her getting better as a person, being good at sports, and how getting support from her sponsors and doing well connecting in racing. As she deals with all these things, the choices she makes soon will really change where she goes in racing. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.